Painting clouds in real time is an incredible skill to have in your artistic toolkit, especially in landscape art. Capturing the soft, ethereal quality of clouds can completely transform a painting. One of the biggest challenges artists face when trying to portray clouds realistically is getting the color blending just right. Clouds are made up of so many different shades of white, gray, and blue, and capturing those subtle shifts in color can really be tough. Another challenge is creating the right texture. Clouds can be fluffy and soft or dark and foreboding, and getting that texture struggle to get the right balance of color and texture in their cloud paintings. It's easy to end up with clouds that look more like blobs or puffs of cotton. With the right techniques and a bit of practice, you can create stunning, realistic clouds that will elevate your paintings to the next level. The first thing I do is choose my colors. I like to use a range of blues and grays and a touch of white for the highlights. I always start with the darkest colors first, and work my way up to the lightest. This helps me build up depth and dimension in my clouds. Next, I choose my brushes. I like to use a combination of soft, fluffy brushes and hard, more textured ones to get the right effects. As I start painting, I focus on creating soft, sweeping brushstrokes that capture the movement and energy of the clouds. I work in layers, building up the color and texture gradually. I also use a wet-on-wet technique to blend my colors and create a soft, hazy effect. One of the key things to remember when painting clouds is to keep your brushstrokes loose and expressive. Don't try to be too precise and controlled, because that can make your clouds look stiff and unnatural. As I continue to build up my clouds, I start to add more texture and dimension. I use thicker, more impasto paint to create the fluffy, cotton-like texture of the clouds. I also use a palette knife to add in some really thick, chunky texture. This helps to create a sense of depth and dimension in the clouds. And finally, I use a small brush to add in some finer details, like the soft, wispy edges of the clouds. Now let's take a step back and look at the transformation of our canvas as the clouds come to life. One of the things that really makes this painting pop is the way the clouds seem to glow from within. This is thanks to the layering and blending of colors. I also love the way the textures of the clouds adds a sense of movement and energy in the painting. It really gives the impression of a living, breathing cloud. As we look at finished painting, I want to highlight a few of the key techniques that really make it stand out. Firstly, the layering and blending of the colors is crucial. It creates a sense of depth and dimension in the clouds. Secondly, the texture of the clouds adds a whole new level of realism. It makes the clouds feel like they are really there. And finally, the expressive, loose brushstrokes really capture the movement and energy of the clouds. I hope you picked up some useful tips and techniques to apply to your own artwork. If you decide to try painting some clouds, please share your results in the comments below. I'd love to see what you come up with, and don't forget to check out my other painting tutorials for more inspiration and guidance.